The person you see in this picture is not your ordinary Kenyan. The person you see in this picture is not just any ordinary person from this side of Africa. This is the Kenyan First Lady. But beyond that, I need you guys to know one thing, that sometimes, irrespective of which political divide you come from, sometimes we tend to be blind in terms of politics. Politics blinds us, and sometimes we never give credit where it's due. That's why today I want to take a very different perspective. And this is one thing that I learned from my own dad. You know, my dad raised me differently. My name is Samuel Onyango Mbogo. I'm a half caste of Luo and Luya. And one thing that my dad always taught me from the moment I was a kid is that my tribe is just something small in a big, large circumference ya country yetu, because my dad has always told me that by the end of the day, my tribe should never be bigger than my country. So that's why today I'm here to celebrate one of the most extraordinary Kenyan from this side of Africa. So today I want to talk about two people. The first one ni huyu mwenye mnamuona hapa kwa picha. This is Her Excellency Rachel Ruto. Do you know, I know that most of you know, but I want to repeat again, that do you know that Rachel Ruto was actually born in Kakamega County, Likuyani. There's a place in Kakamega County inaitwa Likuyani. So Likuyani is just one constituency among many. So Kakamega County is one of the most special counties in this country. As you know, Kenya is made up of 47 counties, and there's a county inaitwa Kakamega County. So actually, I was also born in Kakamega County. Mimi nilizaliwa Kakamega County, place inaitwa Butere. There's a ward inaitwa Marama South. Mimi nilitoka Marama South. So in Butere, Marama South, there's a place known as Satsala, and then in Satsala, there's a place known as Manyala, and then in Manyala, there's a place known as Yiro. So in Yiro, there's a homestead in itwa Kambogo. So I come from that place. Actually, Mbogo is like, Mbogo ni our ancestral name. So that's where I'm from. My dad is a last born kwa familia yao, and I'm also a last born in our family. So this makes it so unique because Kakamega County is not just any county. So the first lady of Kenya was born in Kakamega County, place inaitwa Likuyani, and my dad gave me story yake. And today I just want to share it according to the perspective of my dad and my own perspective according to research. Rachel Ruto, Her Excellency Rachel Ruto, is not your ordinary Kenyan. Do you know that nowadays most girls from this side of Africa, most young girls have no role models? Wasichana siku hizi hawana role models. Very few role models out there, very few celebrities. Unaweza onyesha msichana wako, mtoto wako ama sister yako, kumwambia like follow the example of this person. Very few nowadays. Most of the time nowadays, young girls wamekosa role models. And today, I'm just here to salute this extraordinary Kenyan. Not only because she's the first lady of Kenya, but because if you follow up her story from Likuyani, where she was born, where she was raised, she went to Likuyani Primary School, and then afterwards, she found herself in Butere Girls. And you know, my dad alisoma Butere Boys. So my dad was giving me stories about Her Excellency Rachel Ruto, and I was just amazed. So Rachel Ruto was a student in Butere Girls, and you can just imagine, one thing that always inspires me about her is the way she always, in her busy schedule, she always finds time to go back to Butere Girls, to inspire those girls, just to tell those girls that nothing in this life is impossible. So I want to merge these two stories. So another person that I want to introduce you to, I want to merge their stories just to tell you something that most politicians never tell you. I want to tell you something that your TVs hazitawaonyesha. The social media rarely itawaonyesha. You know, most of the time on social media, depending on which political divide you're from, people always create that enmity, ya politics, for their own gain. But today, I just want you guys to know that by the end of the day, we are all Kenyans. And I want to show you guys something that amtaonyeshwa kwa places zingine. I want to introduce someone else kwa hii story ya leo, and her name is Ida Odinga. This is also one of the most extraordinary Kenyan from this side of Africa. Do you know that Rachel Ruto, Her Excellency Rachel Ruto, and Her Excellency Ida Odinga, the two of them have one thing in common. Wote ni walimu. Both of them are teachers. Ndio, both of them wako na a background ya mentorship, like they're all teachers. Ida Odinga was born at a time when politics took away her dreams. The reason I'm saying this is because, can you imagine yourself as Ida Odinga? You're married to this popular politician, but when you fell in love na yeye, he was not that popular, because Ida Odinga fell in love na Raila Amolo Odinga, when Raila Odinga was not the politician that he is today. He was a young son of a popular politician mwenye alikuwa anaitwa Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, and Raila rose to fame, rose to public limelight when politics ili take over his life. He became this guy mwenye alikuwa imprisoned by a regime that ilikuwa there, and Raila became famous at a time when politics was not what it is today. It was so difficult kuongea about politics at that time that he ended up spending most of his life as a detainee in different prisons. And then at that time, Ida Odinga can you just imagine what Ida Odinga had to go through when the husband, Raila Odinga, was in prison? You see, everyone talks about Raila this, Raila that. Everyone talks about what Raila did for Kenya and all that. But rarely do people take time to just think of what Ida Odinga had to go through. You know, these are the things that sometimes mimi usema, the African girl child is always neglected. We never tell the real stories of real champions. We talk about the story of Mandela, but rarely do we talk about the story of Winnie Mandela, what Winnie Mandela had to go through when Mandela was in prison. So we always talk about the president of Kenya, His Excellency William Samoei Ruto, but rarely do we tell the story of Rachel Ruto. Like, guys, a time has come that we have to appreciate the women in our country. The girl child in Africa has to be celebrated, because I'm telling you guys that a time has come that young girls should be directed towards the correct role models. I was doing a research on Her Excellency Rachel Ruto, and I was just amazed, manze. Very soon on my YouTube channel, nitakuwa na a story of Rachel Ruto na Ida Odinga, what they have in common, what they did when they were growing up, their story, and a very different perspective that we should learn to celebrate people when they are still alive. So my dad is a storyteller, and my dad keeps giving me stories about these extraordinary women from this side of Africa. So today, I just want to say thank you so much to Rachel Ruto. Thank you so much to Ida Odinga. You know, sometimes people take so much time talking about the life of Raila Odinga, the life of the president of Kenya, William Ruto, and we forget about the power behind power, the foundation behind the powerful people that we see. Can you imagine what Rachel Ruto has gone through since childhood? The dreams that she had to put aside. It's just amazing. Her story is amazing. And the story of Ida Odinga about how she had to let go of some of her dreams is just amazing. So today, I just want to salute these two extraordinary Kenyans for a job well done.